What's going on, doozers, and welcome to a quick update on multimc. How do I install it? How do I use it? More importantly, what the heck is it? Well, multimc is a launcher for Minecraft. Yeah, no kidding. So let me show you what it actually does. With multimc, I can do a bunch of cool things like use the replay mod, set up Litematica, which is a smaller version of the schematic mod. You can also use it for things like Windtills, which is Windcraft's utility system. Most importantly, by doing this, you're not installing Forge or Fabric right to your Minecraft launcher. You have a separate launcher, so if I'm using this on the server, I can go here. If I'm playing Hypixel, I can go here and not get hit by Watchdog. So let me show you how it works. We're going to do a quick dive into it. It's not a hard program to use once you know how to do it, but it is important to do a couple of setup things right off the get-go. So, the very first thing that we're going to do is we are going to go into our Windows Internet Explorer or whatever you're using for internet. You're going to type in multimc, and we are going to download and install, and you're going to find your version of Windows. So in my case, I'm running 64-bit. If you're running 32, Mac, Linux, whatever, just make sure that you're downloading your version of Windows in this program, okay? So after you've installed that program, you're going to get this. You're going to get MMC Dev 10 Stable, whatever it's going to be called. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all this stuff from my side of the screen. I've already done a lot of this stuff for you. So right here, you're going to get this MMC Stable Win32. You need to find a place in your computer to extract that. Whether you do it in program files, it doesn't really matter. I definitely don't recommend doing it in the download section where it's going to be initially. And that's because if you download it there and then you do like I do and clear out your downloads every once in a while, all of this information is going to go away. So after you extract it, you're going to get this file, MMC Stable Win32, Win64, whatever the case may be. You're going to go ahead and navigate through that. And you're going to find this, multimc, and you're going to go ahead and launch it. Now, when you first launch multimc, it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. What language do you want to speak in, etc., etc. Set that all up. One of the things it's going to also ask you is about maximum memory allocation. First off, if you are winning a Win32 system or Win64 system, please make sure you navigate over to Java and download a Win64 version of Java. By default, Java is Windows 32, not 64. So if you're running a 64-bit computer, you have to make sure you have a 64-bit machine Java version. It is a manual install. You can't just click download now, okay? So after that, you're going to go maximum memory allocation, and it's going to default to like 512 to 1,000, whatever the case may be. The maximum, bump it up. Take it as high as you want to. You typically don't want to go over 6,000. I use just shy of 5,000. I know somebody with OCD is getting triggered right now. I'm sorry. 4,992 is like the perfect number for me. That's what I'm using. Just don't look. So after you've done that, you are going to be brought to this screen. It's not going to have all this stuff on it. It's just going to be a blank screen, and it's going to have an icon here that looks like this face right here. That's your manage account icon, and that's the icon you're going to need to click on to add your Minecraft.net username and password. So however you log into Minecraft, that's the information you're going to use right here. So after we have done that, what do? Well, it's time to start doing some of the other cool stuff. So let me create a group here called 1.16.2. We're going to move that. Well, no, that's not where I want you. I want you to stay in there. So we're going to click on Add Instance. You're going to select your version of Minecraft, so 1.16.2. I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to change this into a group called 1.16.2. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a Litematica install for 1.16.2. So the very first thing I need to do is I'm actually going to go to my downloads, and I am going to delete those. That way you can watch this from the start. All right, so close this out. Now, we want to use Litematica. So again, you're going to navigate over to your internet and you're going to click it. You're going to type in Litematica. It's going to bring you to CurseForge. It should be the first one at the top of your search engine. And from there, you're going to notice this. You're going to notice that down here at the bottom, it says, note, Litematica also requires the MALib library mod. Yep, it does. Right-click on it, open it in a new tab. Now you have it open. Okay? So from here, we're going to go over to Files. We're going to find the current version. Now, I am going to be installing this for Fabric. Fabric seems to be the most stable version, and actually with the Litematica mod, you can only use Fabric because Forge hasn't done some of the updates and upgrades that they need to make this work yet. So, you're going to find the most recent file, and you're going to be looking for this, 1.16.2. As you go through this, you will see 1.15, 1.14, 1.13. Make sure you're downloading it for your version of Minecraft. So, 1.16.2, I'm going to go ahead and download this file. Now, when you download these files, it's going to come up with this. This type of file can harm your computer. Do you want to keep the Litematica Fabric 1? Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yes, I do. Why? Because CurseForge checks their stuff. If it's broken, CurseForge will typically get rid of it for you. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to MALib, and we are going to go to Files. And again, we are going to go to this top one because 1.16.0, we're good. Download it. Warp, warp, warp. And once more, we're going to have to tell the computer, hey, it's okay, don't worry, we can trust this site. So, these are done. Hey, guys, we're finished. It's done. No, I'm kidding. But almost, actually. So, we're going to go back in the multimc. We're going to find that world we just created, 1.16.2. We're going to right-click on it, and we're going to click Edit Instance. It's going to bring us this dialog box. So, from this dialog box, let me see if I can actually make this a little bit easier to read. Kinda. From this dialog box, we're going to go over here to where it says Install Fabric. We're going to click on that. We're going to click on the most recent version and click OK. We're going to go to Loader Mods. It's going to have the little picture of a puzzle piece. Click Add. We're going to find MALib and Litematica. These are the two files that we just downloaded. We're going to click Open, and then we are going to click Launch. After we launch it, it's going to come up with this screen. It's going to look like somebody's programming on your computer. If you wanted to make your parents think you were hacking, this would be a good way to do it until this pops up. Now, once this is popped up, the first thing, the fact that it's actually... Oh, give me a second here. Music and sounds. Let's turn you way off. Yep. The first thing you're going to notice when you do this is it's going to say Fabric Modded down here at the bottom right or left-hand corner. Okay, that means Fabric worked. That's what it means, okay? So let's do a couple of quick things here. I use that. And then we are going to go to auto jump off. Sorry, guys, I'm sure there's some things in here you don't need to worry about, but there's some things that I just cannot deal with. And that is definitely one of them. Boom, full screen on. There's what I'm looking for. Done. All right, so now we got to check and make sure that Litematica is actually working. How do we do that? Well, the easiest way to do it would be to go here, and we're going to do I'm going to name this tutorial, Peaceful, Creative. You do have to have cheats on for this to work, and that's very important. Now, it will work other places. It's just a launcher thing, but for full functionality of Litematica, you do need to allow cheats on. If you're using this in a server where you can't use cheats, it's okay. It just means like the copy-paste function isn't going to work. You'll be able to use copy, and then you'll be able to use transparencies, but you won't be able to actually just like click through and paste an entire section. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up for a preset, which is redstone ready. The only thing that I'm going to do is where it says sandstone. Give me, gimme, gimme, gimme. I changed mine to iron blocks. And then I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, super flat, no structures, good, 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 create. So now we wait patiently while Mojang goes ahead and creates a new world for us. And again, this is just testing it. If you wanted to bring your own worlds over, you absolutely can. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit M. And there we go. This verifies now that Litematica is, in fact, properly installed. I am not going to do a tutorial video on how to use Litematica in this tutorial. I'll do another one later on. This is really just showing you how to use this software to do what you need to do and to get it up and running. Now, what you can do here is, I'm going to actually go ahead and rename this. Give me a second. Rename 1.16.2 Litematica. Change the I to a flame. So what you can do is you can also use this for the replay mod. You can kind of change how things go. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about Optifine? I use Optifine a lot. I want to use Optifine with the replay mod, or I want to use Litematica with Optifine. Very first thing you need to know, Litematica and the Optifine do not like each other at all. They hate each other with a passion of 1,000 burning suns. The programmers don't. There is a way to get Optifine on Litematica, but there's a lot of stuff you have to turn off. It gets really in-depth. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're using Litematica, save yourself a little bit of trouble. Use it to build something, and then go back to your normal launcher with Optifine. It will save you so many issues and so much hassle trying to get it set up, just doing it that way. If you really want to set up Optifine with Litematica, yes, you can do it, but you have to extract Optifine instead of install it. You have to run the Fabric API. There's a bunch of stuff involved. So now the replay mod, you can do the exact same thing. You can install that the same way. Now there is one other thing that I needed to show you guys, and that is, you know, somebody says, well, hey, I'm working on this project over here on my normal launcher, and I want to bring it over to multimc so I can use the Schematica. How do I do that? Dead easy. Dead easy. So we're going to go right here. We're going to say 1.16.1. That's the version I'm currently in on the Shadowtopia server. And from here, I am going to go to launch it quick. While that's launching, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to type %appdata %. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring up .minecraft. Saves. Oh, look, here's my worlds. So I can now click copy. Now I can come over here to my new version of Litematica world that I just opened. Single player. Edit. Doesn't matter which world you're picking, just pick one, hit edit. Open world folder. Go up. Paste. There it is. Just like that. So now I can come in here and I can actually see everything in this world as I had it originally. I can use the Litematica just like that, and I can actually cut, copy, and move everything else. You guys aren't supposed to see that. That's a little bit of a little bit of a sneak peek at something I'm building for season 2 on the Shadowtopia server. So everybody, hopefully this helps you out. Again, one of the nice things about multimc is that you can use this on for having modded launchers. Like if you're using Windcraft, you can use their launcher, the Windtills, through here. It's a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit more organized. It doesn't really change the feel of the game for you, but it does give you the option to run everything that you wanted to do, Fabric Forge, etc., etc. But you're still keeping your original vanilla launcher clean. That way, if you wanted to go somewhere like Hypixel, they're not going to say, oh, you have a modified launcher. Watchdog wants you out for a year. Because that's why I'm currently on a temporary 1-year ban from Hypixel, because I had the replay mod installed with my regular launcher. So this is how you can get through and actually use public servers without having any issues, but at the same time still have all the wonderful programs created for Minecraft by the community to help make your gameplay a little bit more enjoyable and a little bit easier. So again, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. This is Diamond Doozer, and I'm out.